Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Danielle Daily Show. I am Danielle Watson. I have a great topic for you guys today, approaching the unknown and how to do it correctly. I have your note to self. I also have a little bit of news for you about the show tomorrow. And I'm so grateful to have you here. It is so wonderful to see you guys. Thank you. I have hearts already. You guys are already hopping on. This is so exciting. So one of the things that has really been coming up for me lately is keeping my focus on things that just make me happy. And there are so many unknowns sort of coming at me in life because I'm growing into this whole new stage of life and this whole new stage of my business. And it's really easy to get overwhelmed by all of the things that are slapping me in the face and wanting to just have things stabilize and have things stay the same and not have to grow and not have to move into the unknown because it's scary. And it was so interesting because the other day I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, and that's one of the things I do when I want to get happy. I scroll through my Facebook feed. I have a very curated Facebook feed. I only see things that are happy and wonderful and make me feel good, and I've been very deliberate in curating that. So I love going to Facebook when I know that I want to feel good. And I know that's not the experience that everybody has, but I have really taken the time to make sure that what is going to show up in there is going to be positive and is going to make me feel good. So I highly encourage you to do that if it is not something you've done already. Unfollow the things that make you feel yucky, and that will leave more room for the things that make you feel good. It looks like Elena is here. Thank you so much for letting me know you're here. Maida is here. Awesome. Hello. So happy to have you ladies here. If you guys join the show, let me know that you're here. I don't know who's here unless you say hello, which is fine if you want to watch anonymously, but I do love to be able to greet you, and it makes me feel happy to see your name scrolling across the page. So today we are talking about how to approach the unknown the right way. And for me, like I said, I'm in this huge phase of growth. I am really wanting things to stabilize and stay the same, and yet at the same time, I know that I have to keep stepping out into the unknown if I want to continue to grow and if I want my life to continue to feel good. And the other day, like I said, I was scrolling through my Facebook feed and I saw this picture that a friend of mine had taken of her little girl who is somewhere between, I want to say 16 and 20 months old. She's not yet 2, and she is just adorable. I just love this little girl. Her name is Tennyson, and we call her Baby T. And here was Tennyson, this little girl, and she's just this little wisp of a thing, little skinny thing with, her little cute little baby hair ponytail, and she's standing at the top of a slide, and her eyes are just lit up, and she's never been down a slide before, and her whole face is lit up with excitement. And like I said, she's never been on a slide. And yet she's completely excited about it. She's so happy. She's so excited. And I thought, this little girl exemplifies how to approach the unknown. She has no idea if that slide is going to be fun, or if she's going to hit her bottom on the way down, or if something scary is going to happen. But she just sees a new experience. She sees something that's unknown, and she's excited to engage with it. And she has a positive attitude about it. She has a positive expectation. She must, or she would be standing at the top of the slide, sort of not really sure if she wanted to go down. So what I love about Baby T is that she hasn't yet learned to focus on what might go wrong about a situation. She just sees a new situation or a new experience and is excited to see what will happen. And she has a high expectation that it's going to be awesome. Even though, even in her teeny little young life, bad things have already happened. She's been sick. She's fallen down and scraped her knee. She's bumped her head. She had to go through falling on her bottom 100 times, learning to walk. So even though she's really young, like rough things have already happened. And that's something I want all of us to remember, is that life is really a mixed bag for all of us. It doesn't really matter what age we are. Life is a mixed bag of experiences, and life is a mixed bag of emotions. And that's fine. It doesn't mean that anything's going wrong or that we need to guard ourselves against having new experiences. It just means that we're living life. And I think the more your life is a mixed bag, the more life you're actually living, right? The more you're actually putting yourself out there, the more you're actually getting out there and having new and different sorts of experiences. So just because sometimes things go badly doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It just means that you're stretching yourself. And I think that's a really good thing, and it's a really admirable quality, and something that we should probably pat ourselves on the back for more that we don't really do. So this idea that what's the right way to approach the unknown? And I think that Baby T, or Tennyson, she just exemplifies how to approach the unknown, and that is with enthusiasm, with a positive expectation that something wonderful is going to happen. And even if something that isn't so wonderful happens, not allowing that to cause us to expect bad things to happen in the future, to recognize that there's always another good experience right around the corner. And in order to have that, we have to keep moving forward, and we have to keep trying new things. So I'm curious, do you guys notice that about kids? I know Elena, your little girl, is still so little, but she's already experiencing, things that feel good and things that feel bad. And I wonder if you're noticing that, no matter what new stimulus she's faced with in life, if she's still eager to engage with it, or what you're noticing. So let me know about that. I will have the note to self for you in just a moment. I think it's a really, really good one. And I think so many of you will be able to relate to it. Even if you don't have children, we were all children at one time, and we all had a period of life where we approached things that way, with an eagerness and an enthusiasm and almost a fearlessness, right? Of not really worrying that something bad might happen, but instead just being excited to see what might happen, and having that positive expectation that it could be something really awesome that we're excited about. So before I give you today's note to self, I just wanted to let you know that this morning I woke up and it felt like Friday to me. Something in me, it felt like Friday. And so I've been going through my day, and I've been getting things done. And I just decided, today is Friday for me. I'm going to make today Friday. I am my own boss. I get to make these decisions. And so there will be no Danielle Daily Show tomorrow, but you can go back and watch the past episodes if you need your daily dose on the YouTube channel. I will put the link in the comments. I am still sending out the email tomorrow. If you didn't already receive the email from me today, it went out at 2:00 Eastern today, with your daily punch of positivity right in your email inbox. You'll be able to see the one tomorrow at about the same time. If you're not getting those, I will also place the link to that in the comments, as well as in the description for the video. Like I said, I am just constantly trying to lob positive things and focus and all the goodness at you from every direction that I can find. So if you sign up to be connected with me either through email, or you subscribe to the YouTube channel, or you find me on Instagram or Twitter, and all those links will be in the description, then you're pretty much assured that you're going to get hit with positivity at some point during the day. So if you start to get off track and start to sort of focus on things that are not serving you or that don't feel good, that's going to remind you and bring you back around. And if you're not already using the book, there are 365 reminders to be positive and to focus on what feels good, and to approach the unknown with enthusiasm, and to just live life. So if you haven't already checked out the book, or even if you have, I encourage you to use it. It is dated. There's one affirmation basically every day, one note to self, just like what I give here, and you can use it to just kind of direct your day. And If you have already bought the book and you have already read it, thank you so much if you left me a review on Amazon. As of this morning, I had 8 reviews. I am working to receive 10 reviews by the end of the month. So if you've read the book, or if you've read some of the book and you haven't left a review, I would love it if you would make some time to do that for me. I would so appreciate it. You know, pretty pleased with some sugar and cherry on top. I have some plans for the future that I'm going to need as many reviews as I can get. And so if you could help me with that, I would just be so grateful. Elena says, little Lacey loves adventures. Yay. She knows her car seat means going somewhere, and she always gets wide eyes as we put her in it. Sometimes while we are out, she cries, but never stops the bright eyes for the next adventure until we start driving. Oh, that puts her to sleep. I love that trick that the putting her in the car puts her to sleep. And I love that she is, you know, even at such a little age, just so excited to experience life. And I think that that is such an important skill set to maintain, that we're born with it, but it's a skill set that we have to work to maintain as we're older. And I think it will just serve us so much. It looks like Tammy joined us. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm about to give you guys the note to self. I hope you will write it down. I think this will really resonate with you, and I think it will really help remind you of that person that you were when you were little, before you were afraid that the unknown meant something possibly uncomfortable or painful was coming, and instead the unknown meant adventure, and it meant discovering something new, and it meant a potentially amazing experience. So let's tap into that again today. Are you ready? Okay, it says, dear self, look at the unfamiliar through the eyes of a child. So I'm not necessarily saying that you have to go back and look through it through your own childlike eyes, but imagine a child looking at the world or looking at the situation for the first time without all the background and experience and baggage that you have, and look at that unfamiliar experience through the eyes of a child, and maybe you'll see it a little bit differently. Elena says, I don't know if you saw my post from earlier, our running errands one, but that is her face whenever she is ready to go. It is the best. Oh, I need to go look for that. I will go look on your page. Elena says she loves the note to self. Let me read it to you again. It says, dear self, look at the unfamiliar through the eyes of a child. And then I always sign mine, love me. You can sign yours however you like. This is actually a perfect note to self for Elena, because being a new first-time mom, there are so many unfamiliar experiences, I'm sure, that are coming up in every day of her life. So I imagine that looking at those unfamiliar experiences through the eyes of a child with that eagerness, that happiness, that anticipation, and that wonder, that will help her in those moments that we all know when you're doing something new, it can be challenging, because there's that learning curve that we have to get over. Okay, one more time with the note to self, but just to remind you again, today has felt like Friday to me. I know it's only Thursday, but I've decided that since I'm my own boss, I'm making it Friday, and so there will be no show tomorrow. Remember, you can go watch the past episodes on the YouTube channel. I'll post the link for that. You'll still receive the email tomorrow if you're part of my tribe and you're on my mailing list. If not, I will leave you the link for that so that you can get in on that. And then, of course, like I said, you can find me in a number of other places on social media, and I will leave you the links for that. Elena says, yes, helps with patience too. I know, oh my goodness. So much patience required when you have a little one, especially when they're not sleeping well. But it sounds like Lacey has finally decided that she's ready to sleep again, which is, I was so excited for you for that, because I don't know about you, Elena, but sleep is like my #1 priority. I am not the same person if I haven't had enough sleep. So let me give you the note to self one more time. Write it down if you haven't already. It says, dear self, look at the unfamiliar through the eyes of a child. And I sign mine, love me. Elena says, have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Thank you. I plan to get a little bit more work done, and then I'm going to relax. And then tomorrow I'm just going to let it be like a 3-day weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. I think that'll be a lot of fun. All right. I love you guys. Just because I'm taking tomorrow off does not mean that I don't want to hear from you. I love hearing from you any day of the week, so feel free to message me. Feel free to leave me a comment here. Feel free to get in touch with me via email if you're part of the tribe and you're on the mailing list. I love you guys so much. I hope today's note to self was helpful to you. I will see you back here on Monday. Remember, let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to address on the show. I like to think of this as a talk show and you guys like the studio audience, except for you're at home. And so I love it when you bring me things that you want to talk about, or when we just chat about them in the chat here. It's also great. So please let me know what you need, how I can help. I love you guys, and I'll see you on Monday. Mwah! Bye.